Check out FlipsideGaming.com for all your gaming needs. Use the promo code HEROES to save 10% on all orders over $10 and support the channel at the same time. Hey there, this is John from Heroes and Legends, and welcome to our second Core Set 2019 preview video of the day. This video, we're going to focus on the cards that were revealed during Wizards of the Coast stream this afternoon. Quite a few of them, and there's one really good one, as you can see from the title screen right there. But more on that in a little bit. Quickly before we get started, just a really fast reminder though, if you're looking for a way to help support what we do here at the channel, just check out the description below. You'll find our Patreon page linked down there. You're going to find links to products on Amazon. If you make any purchases on Amazon, once you go through that link, actually no matter what it is, we'll get a small percentage for the channel. Finally, Flipside Gaming still offering a promo code for our viewers. Hopefully you can save some cash while you support us. And as always, thank you not only to the folks that look at those links, but to all the viewers. You all make the channel what it is. Without any further ado, let's get into it. One of the things they showed us today in the stream was all the tokens. Now, the pictures are a little small. You can't really appreciate the art here. However, at least we get an idea of what we can expect token-wise from the new set. Catalyst Elemental was finally confirmed today. If you remember, we talked about this card a number of weeks ago in another video, so I won't spend too much time on it. But this was one of the first cards that snuck into a Dominaria booster pack, and it is finally confirmed. Here's something else we were kind of expecting, because Timber Gorge also snuck into one of those Dominaria packs not too long ago. But all 10 of these come into play tapped lands will be in the set. A couple things they mentioned though about this. First off, there will not be a rare land cycle in Core Set 2019. They did make that clear. Secondly, these will be not in the common spots, but actually in land spots in packs. We still have basic lands too, so you open a pack, sometimes you'll get one of these, sometimes you'll get one of the 5 basics. I thought that was actually kind of interesting. It definitely will help you splash a third color. It's also going to help you if you happen to get one of those Elder Dragons or a multicolor card that you really want to play. It increases the odds that that will be possible. They also showed us the basic lands. Here's the plains, the islands, swamps, mountains, and forests. Okay, let's look at a few new cards. Gallant Cavalry. This one is a white and 3 human knight common 2/2 with vigilance. When this enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance. This is pretty good for limited. 4 casting cost and you're getting 4/4 power toughness on the battlefield with vigilance? Yeah, sign me up. This is a great common. Now, you can probably get this maybe middle of the pack a lot of the time because it is a common. There'll be a lot of these floating around. But if you're playing like Boros and you want to go wide, for example, or really most strategies if you're in white, this is going to be a very economical card for you. I don't know if it's strong enough to cross over into standard mid-range or anything like that, but for limited, I'm real happy to see it. Psychic Corrosion. Here's one for you, Mill fans. Blue and 2 enchantment uncommon. Whenever you draw a card, each opponent puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard. Okay, so this is maybe not as good as Sphinx's Tutelage, but it's pretty good, I think, in limited, and maybe someone could brew a standard deck here. I'm a little shaky on that, though, just simply because Sphinx's Tutelage was a kind of niche deck during the time. It wasn't like a tier 1 deck, and of course that card's better than this one, so I don't know if this could get there. But you never know. I'm not going to count out Mill ever, for sure. Aside from that, though, I like the fact that it does impact all opponents for multiplayer games like Commander. Limited is the real story here, though. This is one of those cards you could pick up maybe a little bit later in Pack 1 if no one grabs it right away. You take this, and if you happen to open another one in like Pack 2 or Pack 3, you could have yourself a nice little side win condition in your deck. You don't even need to commit fully to a strong mill strategy or anything. This card in itself is a strong mill strategy against a 40-card deck. If you play this early, draw the cards for your turn, maybe play 1 or 2 draw spells through the course of the game, yeah, that could actually do it if you can defend yourself into the middle portion of the game. And that's kind of awesome. I know there's a lot of fans of Mill out there that are going to try to draft that, and I think it could be a lot of fun, actually. Tezzeret Artifice Master. Okay, we saw this on the title card. This card is no joke. 2 blue and 3. Legendary Planeswalker Tezzeret. Mythic. 5 loyalty. +1. Create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. 0. Draw a card. If you control 3 or more artifacts, draw 2 cards instead. -9. You get an emblem with at the beginning of your end step. Search your library for a permanent card. Put it into the battlefield. Then shuffle your library. Wow. Okay, there's a lot going on here. Let me say this. 5 casting cost, 5 loyalty. That's a fantastic start. 0, draw a card. You had me right there. At 0, draw a card. I'm going to play this thing. So sometimes it's even 2 cards, depending on board state. The +1, it can defend itself. It creates Thopter tokens. That's kind of awesome. And I mean, little flyers can always be good too, especially in limited. -9, that's a fantastic ability as well if you get there. And the +1 defending it at the same time, it makes it realistic that this could possibly ultimate. This C standard play, I'm just going to cut to the chase. This card is phenomenal. And I think you pair this up with Karn and just build yourself an artifact deck. Karn's going to create constructs. This thing's making Thopters. You're drawing cards. Things are getting out of hand real quick. Aside from that, of course, limited. Yeah, first pickable, bomb. If you get this, you're going to love it. It's fantastic. And casual decks focusing on Thopters and such, this is going to be awesome for you. So this is going to be the chase card going into the pre-release and the release time period over the next few weeks. Ravenous Harpie, a black and 2. It's a Harpie, uncommon 1/2, flying, pay 1, sack a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on Ravenous Harpie. This is going to be a good card for you if you're in that Rakdos sacrifice for benefit archetype in limited. I like that the +1/+1 is in the form of counter, so it sticks around. That's nice. It's not a temporary buff, so it's really like converting your resources a little bit. I think that's pretty cool. It has evasion with flying. Again, not a card you're probably playing in standard or anything, but for limited purposes, it's a good uncommon. Double cast. Alright, this one's interesting. 2 red, sorcery, uncommon. When you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. So it's kind of like a fork effect. It is sorcery speed, so take note of that. And it is a little awkward because before you actually do anything, you have to pay the 2 red and cast this. So that kind of whittles down the timing as far as how long you have to wait to actually play a spell that you're going to copy. Yeah, it's okay. I think the deck that would want this in limited would be the Izzet deck because they're going to be a little more sorcery and instant heavy. And if you have enough targets for this, yeah, run it. But I think a lot of the times you won't and you'll end up skipping it. In standard, I don't know, the wizard deck might want to try this. Not sure if it's going to be good enough there, but I'd at least test it. Druid of Horns, green and 3, human druid. This is an uncommon 2/3. When you cast an aura spell that targets Druid of Horns, create a 3/3 green beast creature token. I actually like this a lot because the Selesnya colors, of course, are focused on enchantments. However, they're trying to find opportunities to make sure that you don't get blown out or 2-for-1 when you play auras on creatures. And this is one of those examples. I play my aura, I get the 3/3 beast token, and now if the creature with the aura gets blown up, I didn't lose everything. I still have a 3/3 on the battlefield. I think that's actually pretty cool. We've seen some other cards that are also encouraging you to play auras and trying to mitigate that risk. There's another one coming up here in a few minutes as well. So I think that's pretty cool design. The card itself, if you're not into the aura strategy, you're probably not going to play it. A 2/3 for 4 is not where you want to be. But if you know you're going to try to throw some auras on it during the course of the game, then it's fine to run. Rock's Oracle. Green and 4, it's a Rhino Monk, common 4/2. When this enters the battlefield, draw a card. I'm usually not a big fan of 4/2s for 4 in limited. I'm definitely not a big fan of 4/2s for 5 in limited. But this does replace itself, and that actually makes me feel okay about it. Not to say I'm going to run this all the time in all my decks, but considering a 4/2 body on the battlefield and I get another card, so hopefully I can draw into something else, there's a lot worse things you could be doing. This is okay. It will feel like it's trading down a lot, but you did get the extra card. That makes up for it. Arcane Encyclopedia. Cost 3. It's an artifact uncommon. Pay 3 and tap. Draw a card. This is okay. If I don't have any better ways to draw cards in my limited deck, like this is serviceable. Now, if I'm in the Azorius colors where artifacts do matter, I could see myself being a little more inclined to run this more consistently. If I'm in other decks, it's kind of hit or miss. It just depends on what else I have. But drawing a card is good. You want ways to do that. And if this is what you have in your pool, this is what you have in your pool. And that's just fine. Now, for that Azorius deck, though, if it can enhance other creatures, and really, it looks like that strategy isn't about trying to get tons of artifacts. It's about trying to get consistency in artifacts on the battlefield. If this is one of my artifacts, I'm happy with that. Alright, let's look at a few reprints they showed us. Knightly Valor was one of them, and if you ever played with this before in Limited, you know it's a good card. This is another card that's mitigating the risk of auras, because when you play this on a creature, you're getting yourself also a 2/2 White Knight token. That's actually pretty good. Also helps with like the Boros Go Wide strategy. Sift. This is a fine card draw spell in Limited. Sorcery speed, not something you want in Standard or anything like that, but for 4 you get to draw 3 cards and discard a card. That discard outlet could be important too, especially if you're in black and you have some graveyard interactions. Blanchwood Armor. This is a cool reprint. Now, a couple days ago, I think, they're all kind of blurring together, we did see that green hexproof horse. I think that could just be an archetype. If you get your hands on the horse, get your hands on a couple copies of this, play heavy green, and you don't have to be mono green. I don't think that's realistic even in draft most of the time, but just try to go heavy green. This will be good for you. If that's not the makeup of your deck, though, just skip it. Palaka Worm. Alright, this got shifted up to rare. If you ever played with this one, it was an uncommon in sets. You probably know why. This card is crazy. Like, you could be winning a game, and then your opponent just throws this down. They finally get the 7 mana. They're just right back into it. And it wasn't unusual for somebody to have maybe 2 of these in their deck when they were uncommon. And just when you finally get past the first one, the second one comes down, and that's pretty much game ending. Like, there's nothing you can do with those kind of resources at that point, usually. So, this card is awesome. It's probably first pickable. Even though it is 3 on color, I still think I would be fine first picking it and trying to go deep into green again. Just simply because if it hits the battlefield, it's going to be huge. Rupture Spire. Here's another card that's going to help you fix your colors a little bit, splash, maybe play a dragon. Now, they did say Evolving Wilds is not in the set, believe it or not, but we do get Rupture Spire. And that's it. So, there's not many cards left in the set we haven't seen, under 30 at this point. They're going to reveal the rest tomorrow, so we'll do one more video. We'll come back tomorrow, look at the rest of the cards, and we'll have a complete picture of this set. And then on Saturday, of course, we'll have our market watch. Until then, though, hey, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible by the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.